Here are 3 things to keep in mind if your marketing budget is getting tight for 2023. The first thing to keep in mind is your target market. If your budget is getting smaller, what you want to do is you want to be a lot more focused in terms of the accounts that you're going after, because that is going to give you the most bang for your buck. That's the most crucial thing to keep in mind. So you want to know the accounts that you're going after by name. Segmentation is another one. You want to segment your account as much as possible. You don't want to go crazy with it. You don't want to have hundreds of segments, but go narrow and a little bit more niche with your segmentation so that in the later stage, you can personalize your message for each segment. That again allows for further cut through and further effectiveness of any kind of campaign that you're running. And lastly, what you want to do is you want to align your tactics that you're running to those segments and to those target accounts that you're going after. That way you're going to have a much more effective campaign when you're executing it. Second thing that you want to think about is the ROI. And when I say ROI, you want to calculate down to the dollar amount that you're going to get from your campaign. With budgets tightening, you're going to have a lot more eyes on where you're spending the money, how you're spending it, and what is the rate of return from the money that you're spending. So you have to get your benchmarks correct. You have to think about previous conversion rates. And by conversion rates, I'm not talking about your click-through rates or from clicks to leads. Those are important. You should look into those. But you also want to include conversion rates after that. So as many leads that we brought in or many accounts that we had engaged, how many of those turned into a meeting? How many of those sales accepted? How many of those turned into opportunities? Look at those conversion rates and conversion points and make those benchmarks for the campaigns you're creating. What that allows you to do is to then say, if we're targeting these accounts, you know the exact accounts that you're going after, and you say, these are the accounts that we're looking at, this is going to be the number of opportunities that we want to create. We know the average contract value of the accounts that we're getting. Therefore, we're going to be creating this dollar amount of opportunities for the organization. Your conversation is going to be a lot easier with the CFO, with the finance department, with the leadership, when you have those dollar numbers to back it up and you have historical data to back your numbers. So benchmarking becomes a critical factor. The third area that you want to focus on is your customer marketing and account expansion strategy. This is where you want to look at the accounts that are must-defend accounts or accounts who have the highest potential for expansion. As we're going into 2023, a lot of organizations are talking about their most critical customers and how can they maintain or expand those customers. Customers, on the other hand, are looking at ways to cut costs, reduce their expense. A lot of organizations are looking at cutting costs. So it becomes really critical for you to take another look at your customer marketing strategy. My name is Shaheen Hoda. I work with a lot of B2B tech, especially in the enterprise space. So if you like what you hear in here, make sure to follow, connect, and we'll see you in the next video.